Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review, and this time it is prog and it is Gentle Giant and it is Playing the Fool. I'm going to give you an unboxing video for both the 2 CD and Blu-ray edition plus the triple vinyl edition as well. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the actual package itself. I'm going to talk about the remix, what the sounds like compared with previous versions, and I'm going to talk about the 5.1 Dolby Atmos mix and the Blu-ray and what that's like as well. So here we go with the unboxing. So this is a look at the Gentle Giant Playing the Fool sets. I'm going to show you the 2 CD Blu-ray set and also the vinyl set as well, which is a triple record. So it says here on the hype sticker, it says this is the 1977 live album, now fully reimagined and remixed, mastered for immersive experience. It's a new stereo mix, it's 5.1 surround sound and Dolby Atmos mix, new visuals for every track, which I'll talk about in more detail when we get to the other side of the unboxing. Double-sided poster, exclusive box set with liner notes, photos and new band interviews, and on the back you've got the track listings for CD1 and CD2, and obviously disc 3 is the Blu-ray and all the tracks are replicated onto that. So it's got a nice slipcase, and once you get inside you've got, it folds out into 3 panels as you can see here. In the middle is a poster which has got pictures that many of you will recognise are at the original album. Whoops, my Daleks are falling over in the distance. And on the other side is the poster, which was the gatefold of the original vinyl album with all the dates that they played on the 1977 tour. The 3 discs are in each of these panels, but what's different, I feel, and shows attention to detail from Chrysalis is the fact that each disc also comes in its own protective sleeve with a live picture on one side. So this is disc 1. In the middle is disc 2 and also the booklet, which I'll show you in a minute. So nice live pictures and all the tracks on the other side. Will show you the discs which come out fairly easily. So it's the way I'm holding that. I've squeezed it there. So you've got imagery of the live show as well. And the last one is the Blu-ray. And this also is a protective sleeve with the live picture and all the tracks, etc. And you've got a choice of sound to listen to on there. So the booklet itself is very detailed, fantastic essay. The whole band are involved. I'll go over this when I do that part of the review. But it's got some great memorabilia and some great pictures. Talks about how the live album came together, and especially this new remix and the work that went into that, especially in the visualization aspect of the Blu-ray, which is absolutely phenomenal. The remix is just incredible. So there's a lot of stuff about that and how this is really, a lot of work's gone into it, and I think it is fantastic. So that is the CD and Blu-ray set. So now I'm going to show you the vinyl. So this is the vinyl set, and this is a triple vinyl album. So I'll do my best to try and open this up. What I will show you is that when I got this, before I took the outer wrapping off, it's got like an OB strip on the side, which is a bit like the hype sticker that was on the CD. There's a bit more words in this saying the definitive triple LP delivers the ultimate Gentle Giant live performance as it was originally intended, completely restored in between song commentary, band introductions, authentic ambience for each venue, 4 original set lists, 3 unreleased tracks, interview timing and Ray Shulman's solo violin feature, plus alternative mixes, remixed and produced by Dan Bournemark. Complete live experience brings extra fresh level of depth and clarity to Gentle Giant's live album. Extended liner notes, etc. So I've just kept that in the record itself. So on the back, you've got the track listings for all 6 sides, and it opens up into 3 panels with lots of live pictures. Some of these are replicated on the CD, as you saw to protect each CD, but you've got more pictures here. So I'll just try and move this across so the camera can pan across so you can see all the live photos. And I'll bring one of the albums out. Each of the 3 discs is in a polyline sleeve. As you know, at Now Spinning Magazine, we absolutely love that, and the pressings are absolutely stunning. And in the middle section is the poster that you saw with the CD, and here obviously it's album size. This was the gatefold of the original double album in 1977, which is great. Also sitting in here, if I can find it, bear with me. Where am I? I might have put it somewhere else, and I did. Is again, those of you who remember this, in the original double live album there was the program, so they've used the same design, and this is where all of the notes are, which is in the CD booklet, but obviously it's a lot easier to read in the vinyl set, especially on the memorabilia and the full page press ads like here. But absolutely great stuff, and it's wonderful the attention to detail that's being put into this, and obviously there's some of the pictures are different as well, but absolutely brilliant, fantastic stuff. So now I'll tell you what I think of the sound. So that is the vinyl set for Gentle Giant playing the Fool, and also the 2 CD Blu-ray. So that's a look inside the 2 CD Blu-ray edition of Playing the Fool by Gentle Giant, and the triple vinyl version as well. I think this has been put together absolutely brilliantly by Chrysalis Records. So often with these things, I'm so easily drawn towards shortcuts and things that have happened. But on this, there are none. So what does it sound like compared with previous versions? I am unable to show you my original vinyl version from the original release date because it got called in the great vinyl call of the early 90s when I moved over to CD. So I don't have that. But this has already blown that out of the water because you get the extra tracks that were missing off that anyway. On CD, I had one that was in a box set with 4 other CDs. I don't know if you remember that one. You used to be able to get it for about £20, I think. That can be retired. And behind me, over this shoulder, you can see the Matfish Giant 32-odd CD box set that covered the whole of Gentle Giant's career. It's one of my favourite box sets. It's immaculate. Well, obviously, it's in there, isn't it? This was the first time I noticed a difference in the sound because there was a better bass response. So that kind of replaced my other CD version. So what about this? This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm not just saying that. The drums, the bass, the separation, everything about it. In fact, I'm going to read some of it out because from the band members themselves. And it says here that Paul Norfield and Ray did a really good job, what was available with them at the time. But they had to do it in 1 week. Not only that, but much more is possible today. There were hundreds of nasty little clicks and pops on the recordings at times when some piece of equipment with either buzzing all the way through a number. All that has been removed. The ultimate goal here was to give the listener a feeling of experience the full show in one go for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Throughout the show, you will be visiting the 4 different venues at which the recordings were made without realising you've been moved between Belgium, France and Germany. If you have an Atmos or 5.1 set, you'll find yourself in the middle of the audience. There are people behind you, around you. You're close to the band as well. Gary's a little on your left, Kerry to your right. Utmost care has been taken to place the individual players where they would have been on the stage at any given moment. When Ray is playing his violins solo on interview, he's next to Gary, a little left of centre. But during the chamber music sections on So Sincere, Funny Ways and On Reflection, he's seated nearer to Kerry and his cello. It is an amazing album. It is, of all the progressive rock bands, And it's interesting that Gentle Giant will say as they went through their career trying to move up into the first division that they were seeing Genesis and Yes having more and more success, because they were thinking, well, they're like us, they're prog bands. When you listen now, you realise that Yes and Genesis were prog-ish. But if we were going to define what is a real progressive rock band, a band that used instrumentation that was outside of the norm of guitar, bass, keyboards and whatever, Gentle Giant sit at the very top of that mountain. I think one of my friends in the early 80s in Birmingham joined Mensa, and they did some kind of survey on what kind of music people at Mensa liked the most, and Gentle Giant were at the top. You need to really open your ears to Gentle Giant. It's a complex listen. It's rewarding beyond anything else you can imagine, but it is unique to them. There is no one else like Gentle Giant now or then. And I know there are other reviews of this album and other people waxing lyrical about it, but I want to talk about the 5.1 Blu-ray mix. Because I love surround sound mixes. To me, they're not a gimmick. It is a chance for you, wherever you are in the world, to immerse yourself as if you're at the gig. You can relive that concert. And normally, with 5.1 mixes, what we have on your screen, because this is the thing, isn't it? You have to have your telly on when this is happening, and you will usually end up with a image, and then every so a minute it will move, another image will plop down, and then it will stay there, and then another image will come in, and it will probably go back to the first image, and that's basically it. So you kind of, you either wander about or read and stuff. This is so different. I've never seen this anywhere. But what they've done is, there's no video, obviously, the band, but what they've done, and this is through the whole of the concert, it must have taken ages, is they've, on the screen, they put the instrumentation that's been used without the band there. So all the setup of the amps and the guitars and the cellos and the keyboards are all on screen, and whatever's going on with the music, the camera moves in to that part of the instrument. So if it's vocals, the microphones are on stage. If it's guitar solo, violin, that kind of instrumentation is there. And it is so clever. It's the drums, whatever. It's absolutely fantastic. And just like I read out that part, it isn't static. It is literally, as the musicians move around the stage to play their particular parts, the musician moves around, moves around the feel and scope of the audio as well. It's got to be one of the best surround sound concerts I've ever heard. And if you've got a Dolby Atmos system, you don't have to have all 11 speakers. You'll get the feel from this without that, with just like 5.1. But it is such an incredible experience. The stereo mix is fantastic. Okay, the Mad Fist version can be retired. It is so clear, and the highlights, there are many. There are many, but I'm always going to be drawn. I'm always going to be drawn to the Octopus excerpts, which takes up a whole of a side of vinyl. It's about 15 minutes long, isn't it? That is incredible. So sincere. The Runaway Experience interview, the violin solo, which of course is new. I absolutely love this, and it's almost so avant-garde to start with. If you're new to this, it will feel impenetrable. But with each listen, you're drawn closer and closer to the stage. And this is what is so magical about a band like Gentle Giant and this kind of music, and why probably Gentle Giant, so brand awareness of Gentle Giant now is probably higher now in 2025 than it ever was in the 70s, as they struggled to break through. And sometimes, as they changed, as they went through their career, they lost some of their hardcore fans as they tried to search for that new audience. Now, people have found them from all ages and all backgrounds from around the world. This is a great time for Gentle Giant. And I am hoping to talk to one of the band very, very soon as well about this album. And I do feel this captures them at their highest, because it covers not just what they were promoting at the time for the interview album, but Octopus and the classic stuff, but of how it sounds. I've played this about 5 times now, And each time I've played it, and I'm going to be honest here, 3 of those 5 times has been on the Blu-ray. And once you listen to the Blu-ray of this album, you'll just have it on, and visually, it sounds great. In fact, I'll just bring up some photographs I've just taken. I took on my telly to give you an idea of what it looks like. I mean, it's not moving, so it isn't going to help you feel the excitement of this and why it is so clever in this kind of thing. But I think this is, if other bands do this and the amount of attention to detail, and the guy that did the remix, he was too young to see them originally, he is roll of honour. Let's find his name. Dan Bournemark, Mix and Production, 2025. Dan, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this and putting this release. So many live albums from the 70s, aren't there? So many that get talked about in all those charts and stuff. And now playing the Fool as breaking through, and it is an essential album. Stunning. Absolutely stunning album. It's out now. Get them all. Get the vinyl one as well. And, well, you saw the attention to detail on the vinyl one. On some of these releases, when someone says, "Oh, Phil, it's a triple vinyl album," and I think, I know what they're going to do. They're going to stick 2 of them in one side of a double gatefold sleeve and think that'll do. They haven't. And every disc, polyline sleeve, tick. The booklet, tick. The little program, tick. And it's Gentle Giant. And that's because back in the day, we thought, it's not Yes or Genesis, is it? And this didn't sell that well at the time. And here we are, decades later, and now the Gentle Giant story can be told and the music can be experienced to whole new audiences, even if you're there first time around. I'm pleased I got rid of my original vinyl, because this is epic. Thank you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please subscribe if you can. Ring that little bell. And I've got merch. And if you become a member or a patron, you'll also get access to a private WhatsApp group, private Facebook group where you can talk to like-minded fans from around the world, and also come to our own pub called the Now Spinning Arms, which meets up twice a month. Take care, all of you. Keep spinning those discs and experience some Gentle Giant.